This is Anand Mahajan, your instructor for this course of Python. See, in this lecture, we people are going to discuss that if we call a function from within the try block, then what happens is all the statements of that function called function, their exceptions can be handled.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
Their exceptions can be caught, or we can say their exceptions can be handled by the caller method. Okay, let me show you first. See, this is a simple method, def check a comma b. Check is the name of the method, that is function. A, b are its formal parameters. Then I am going in for this some hypothetical calculation, a plus b divided by a minus b, and then the value c will be returned back. Okay, so far so good. Now, as you know, if value of a and b, both the values are equal, this is going to be erroneous. Why? Because it will return 0. A minus b will return 0, and division by 0 is not allowed. So what will happen is your program will be terminated. One option is to have try and your try, and after that you can have the except clause. But now what I want to do is I want to have my try and except at the place where this function will be called. Now see, this is the driver, that is the main part of the program, and this is the function. Now here what I am doing is k is equal to check 10 comma 5. I am calling this function check by passing 10 and 5. 10 value will go into the formal parameter a, and 5 value will go into the formal parameter b. Okay, now what will happen is a plus b here means 15 divided by 10 minus 5, 5. 15 divided by 5, 3 will be the result that will be returned back where this function was called. The value will be this value, returned value 3 will be put into k, and output will be played. There isn't any requirement to come into this except block. That is, there is no need to have this exception handler because no error has occurred, and the program will flow down to the common statements. Right, by common statements I want to say the statements which are to be executed in all the events, whether the error occurs or does not occur. Okay, now suppose what happens is I pass let me first execute this part of the so far that we have discussed. This code is going to be executed, control shift 10 F10, and you can see the output here. Output is 3.0, and physics, chemistry, mathematics is nothing else. I had taken a simple list subjects, and subsequently I have got their values printed. As you know, you are familiar with this for loop. Okay, so far so good. Now what I am going to do is 10 comma 0. Now what will happen is 10 value will go into a, not 0 but same value, so that the division by 0 happens. So check a comma check 10 comma 10, value of the first value 10 will go into a, second value 10 will go into b. A plus b means 20, divided by 10 minus 10 0, so 20 divided by 0 will be there. As you know, division by 0 is not allowed. What will happen is the program should have been terminated. Should, it is not getting terminated, but should have been terminated. Why? Because this division by 0 statement is not within try. It is not within try. But what will happen is, as per the rule of Python, if you call a method, like you are calling this method check, if you are calling a method from within the try block, what happens is all its statements, they can be covered by the except blocks of the calling function, of the calling portion of the program. This is calling portion of the program which has called the function checked So if any exception occurs, that will be in this called function check. It will be the responsibility of the caller to handle this. So because we have called this check function from within the try block, so what will happen is if division by 0 takes place, it will go back into the calling location. It will enter into its exception handler, that is except block, and then division by 0 is invalid message will be displayed. Program will not be terminated. It will proceed further and all these elements of the list, they will be printed. Let me execute the program. Yeah. Let's see the output. This is the output. Division by 0 is invalid because division by 0 was taking place in the called function. So the control went into the except block of the, that is exception handler of the calling location. Message division by 0 is invalid was printed. Then program proceeded further. So the crux of the matter is, if in Python, if you call a function from within the try block, all the statements of that function, they are covered by the except blocks of the calling method. I mean to say, if any exception occurs within that called function, that will be handled by the caller. Thank you.